Yo, what's going on, homies? Today I'm bringing you another video on the challenge modes in the Leviathan raid, and today it's going to be on the Royal Pools, aka Bass, aka Get Your Tippy Toes Wet, and this one is pretty fast paced. So how we're going to go about explaining this is first I'm going to talk about the objective, then the roles and the rotation from my point of view. So first is the objective, and the objective of this is one of the people is designated to stand in the center pool at all times and cannot jump or leave the pool at any point during the encounter. That's essential. That's objective. If you leave the pool, jump, or get blasted by the scions that come in the middle, you will fail the challenge. So how my team went about doing this is we set up like a normal bass run. We had our person top left, our person bottom left, our person top right, and our person bottom right, and then two in the mid. We designated the person who stays in mid the whole time, and then I was the person who picked up the orb and went to top right and relieved the person of top right. And just a quick side note, in order to make this quicker, because every second counts on this encounter, you can pick up the orb and just avoid stepping in the pools and just go wait up there right next to the person you're about to relieve it when you're the starting person for mid, and have the person who stays in mid the whole time pick up the orb and start the encounter and the rotation. So how I went about doing this is I left, and you can see that it's about I'd say about 5 seconds to run there, and those 5 seconds are very useful for the person who's last in the rotation. So what we did is I went up to top right, relieved the person top right. That top right person then came down the middle, picked up the orb, then went to bottom right and relieved the person in bottom right. Then the bottom right came up to middle, picked up the orb, and then went to bottom left. Then that person bottom left went to middle, picked up the orb, and went to top left. That person of top left went and picked up the orb in middle, and then went to top right. And then me, who was on top right, then went down, picked up to middle, picked up the orb, and then went to bottom right. So you just keep this constant clockwise rotation, and you keep on getting relieved by the same person, and then you go and relieve the same person over and over. And as you can see, when you're the person who's towards the end of the rotation, you start running out. So the way to prolong this is to do what I said earlier and have the person who relieves the very first person at top right pick up the orb and go sit by the person so they can immediately run to the middle and pick up the orb as soon as the rotation begins. And then the other way to prolong it is when you're towards the end of the cycle is you can jump on the platforms that are next to your place every couple seconds, or just keep jumping up and down just so your chain doesn't move. And if you choose to jump on the platform and sit there for a short bit, just make sure that you don't stay there too long and the train starts reversing the other way, or else it will make the rotation go longer and longer, and you can eventually end up failing the pools when the lanterns go all the way into the water in the middle room. So that is the challenge mode. It's pretty easy. It just requires a lot of speed and no dilly-dallying. Just make sure you guys are efficient and fast with it, and I believe in you guys. You guys got this. Much love and blessings.